Hey guys, Magnus here, bringing you another video. This one we're going to be going through my top 5 worst Christmas characters of 2017's Christmas. So yeah, so basically, as from 2017's Christmas, not just 2017's Christmas, of course, but the top 5 worst Christmas characters overall, including obviously 2017. So basically, like I said, with the whole video plans, do apologise I didn't get a video out yesterday. I was kind of busy, so unfortunately there wasn't one then. But I am getting one out today, so yeah. So and just to give you like a little kind of run through what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be doing my best NPC, worst Christmas NPC, best Christmas NPC, and then I'm doing like best Xmas building, worst Xmas building, best Xmas costume, worst Xmas costume, and then I'm going to do the same videos with, of course, 2017 as a whole, as a year. So anyway, let's get into it. So first of all, let's do some honourable mentions. So my first honourable mention, or dishonourable mention as I should probably call it, is there's just one character that kind of just didn't make the list and was kind of fighting it out with the person who got number 5, and that is Mrs. Sinclair, or Ms. Sinclair. She basically is this kind of babysitter character. She just is, like, the only reason that she nearly made the list is because she's just a tad boring, really. There isn't really too much about her that's that interesting, so she did nearly make the list, but luckily she didn't. But yeah, she is okay. She's not terrible, and to be honest, most of the Xmas characters aren't that bad. There's just a few. So anyway, that's my only dishonourable mention. Anyway, let's get into number 5. So number 5, I've actually put a character from this year's one, and that is Jack Frost. Now, why don't I like Jack Frost? Few reasons. First of all, I hate the way he looks. I hate all of his tasks and stuff, and his quest line isn't particularly interesting. I don't think that they are anyway. The building he comes with is like something we've got so many times. It's fair enough. If it's something they've created, then I'm completely against his building. If it's something actually from the show, I can't find any information about that. If any of you guys know, please do tell me. If it's something from the show, then I could try and give it the benefit of the doubt, but don't make that the final prize. If it is something from the show, don't make that the final prize, because it looks just like the normal cave, the bear cave. It looks like the ice cave that we've already got with King Winter. Was it coming with King Winter? Yeah, it came with King Winter. Like, it looks like it looks so similar to stuff we've already got. So unfortunately, Jack Frost, for me, just isn't a great character. And on top of that is the fact that he was the final kind of Act 2 prize. Like, I expect something more, to be honest. I don't expect Jack Frost as a cat, and he's not particularly very interesting. I don't know, he was kind of forgettable for me. I actually forgot he was even added in the game until I looked back. Like, I remembered Buddha, I remembered Shiva, I remembered Jesus, and I remembered Santa, I remembered everyone else, but I didn't remember Jack Frost. And I just think he's a little bit forgettable in my opinion. So that's my diss against Jack Frost. Anyway, number 4, I have put Lucille, whatever the heck her second name is, I can't say it. But of course, Lucille is the babysitter that we got in 2016's Christmas, and basically she kind of is that kind of evil babysitter. She kidnaps the kids. Now, first of all, she's just a bit like that episode was always a bit odd. I found it was always weird, and the way she walks around like, if you watch her walk, just watch her walk if you've got her in your Tap Town, it's just so creepy and weird. Her tasks aren't particularly interesting. Her quest line's kind of very mediocre, and honestly, she is a little forgettable for me. So I just don't really particularly like her very much. I mean, it's cool we have her and all, but comparing her to like other Christmas characters, she just really isn't that great. You know, pretty creepy, kind of walks around really weirdly, and overall, I just think just a kind of forgettable character. And one, you know, I like it, and it's like one of these things. It's the same with all the characters on this list. Like, I'm glad they're in the game, but they're not particularly that great if you compare them to others. Anyway, number 3. So number 3, I'm giving it to Zootroy. So Zootroy, I've had a little bit of beef with this guy for a while, if you guys know. Now, now I'm gonna have to like double check exactly how we unlocked him, because I always get this wrong. But Zootroy is a very kind of minor character in himself. He basically is this kind of power plant thing. Worker, that's the word I was looking for, and he's only there for like, and he's basically, it does a gag, like he's there for like a little gag, and he's not there for very long. Pretty sure he's only in like maybe 1 or 2 episodes. I don't think he's in many episodes. I'll double check now. And basically the way you unlocked him is in 2014's Christmas, there was these tunnels, these Santa tunnels, and they were really interesting because you got like little prizes every so often, and they kind of made it out that the final prize in Santa's tunnel was going to be like this kind of big, really interesting thing. And it ended up being Zootroy. And, like, okay, yeah, it's cool to have him and all, but he shouldn't have been the final prize. He is, like, he doesn't do much. He's just there. He's just some, like, temporary assistant who can barely speak English, and he just isn't a particularly very interesting character to me. And the fact that they kind of propped him up as being this kind of big final prize was really, really annoying. Kind of made 2014 a little bit, it kind of ruined it a little bit. His tasks aren't that great, like siesta and take a break and all that, and like it just isn't that great, his tasks. I mean, it's cool to have him, like I said, but I just think they kind of built him up to be this kind of really nice character, like really cool character, and then it was just Zootroy. And it's like, what? Who is this guy? That leads me to number 2. So number 2 is, of course, King Winter. So I'm pretty sure King Winter may have won. I think last time I did this list, the Funzos won, I think, maybe. I'm not too sure, actually. But whoever won, anyway. Not sure exactly who won. It may have been an NPC, because last time I did this list, I combined NPCs and characters, and I just don't want to do that anymore, because it's not really fair on the NPCs, because they're there as a decoration, whilst the characters are there to earn you cash. But the number 2 is King Winter, because mainly the main reason, the main reason is he's nothing. He is not a big character at all in The Simpsons. He's there for, like, I'm pretty sure just 1 episode. He doesn't do very much anyway in that episode. He comes with the cave, which is a pretty crappy building anyway. He kind of walks around. He has very boring quest line, very boring tasks, and plus he's premium. So to me, he's just like worthless to me, because it's not even like he was free. So he's just, yeah, it's cool, he's playable, I guess, but he should have just been an NPC. There isn't any reason for him to actually really even have tasks, because he doesn't do very much in the episode he's in. And he isn't like if he plays a big role in the episode, then fair enough, but like even so, he doesn't. And to me, the character's kind of boring. He looks kind of cool, I guess, and that's probably his only good factor. But he's just kind of there, and he just felt a little bit forced, just like a little bit of an add-on. And, you know, just I'm not particularly fond of him. And that's why King Winter gets the number 2 spot. There isn't really much more to say. I think you guys can understand why he is number 2. But anyway, we may as well go into the number 1 now. So can we have that drum roll for the worst Christmas character? Of course, it goes to We're Wiccans! We're Wiccans! Oh, Jesus Christ, how do I hate... I hate the friggin' Wiccans. So it goes to the Wiccans. So this is, of course, they came last year, 2016. They were one of the 2 characters we got last year. If you guys don't actually know, last Christmas we actually only got 2 characters, technically. We got the Wiccans and the Parson. I don't mind the Parson. Again, the Parson's not my great, he's not my worst, but we're not talking about the Parsons. We're talking about the Wiccans. Jesus Christ, I hate the Wiccans. So, why do I hate these people so much? First of all, let's get it off our chest. The sound they have, their voice. Now, I like it when characters have voice, don't get me wrong, but when you have the same audio file constantly, we're Wiccans, oh my god, it drives everyone up the bend. And it's not just me. I know it's not just me. I think it's everyone. I remember I watched like a video from, I think it was I don't know who was YouTuber. It's like another Tap That YouTuber, one I don't really talk to. I forget what his name was though. But I remember I was just watching him unlock them, and he was complaining about it. I'm like, yeah, these are awful. And I'm pretty sure everyone feels the same. I know people in my comments feel the same. They are just so annoying. The fact that they've only got one audio file. It's not even like a particularly interesting file. It's not funny or anything. It's just annoying. Second of all, they came in Christmas when they're like these pagans. They're like witches essentially. Oh, sorry, no, they're Wiccans. Yeah, they're basically witches, a bunch of witches, and they had them in what's meant to be the most jolliest time of year. It's just a little bit of a slap in the face. Maybe if they made it a little bit interesting and they had some sort of twist on it, it could have worked, but it just didn't. It was just kind of it doesn't make any sense why they added them. Second of all, their quest line, their task line, all awful, boring. I didn't even read it, to be honest, because I read like the first like 2 and then I was just like, nah, this is no fun. Like the quest lines are a lot of the time can be boring anyway, but this one was very boring. The they haven't got that particularly cool animations. The only good factor I can find is they are our first 3-in-1 character, I guess, but it doesn't matter. It's no excuse. Like, you can't say that. And I know the episode they're from. I remember the episode vaguely. So, yes, I do think they should have been playable, but that doesn't excuse anything. They are still tremendously bad characters, and I don't know. I just hate them so much. At times I think of just putting them in my storage, to be honest, because I look at them and it just is a painful reminder of the 2016 Christmas. And essentially the Wiccans for me are just the embodiment of that awful Christmas event. Like I like to think the bear, with the imaginary bear with the dummy in its mouth, I like to think that is a really nice souvenir for Christmas 2015. I'm like, when I look at that bear, I'm like, 2016 Christmas, that was such a good event. When I see the Wiccans, I'm like, oh, that friggin' event. Oh, I hate the Wiccans. So yes, the Wiccans get number 1. I don't know if anything could ever top the Wiccans, so when I do this list again in the next 2 years, if I'm still around in 2 years, that is, I don't know if the Wiccans are even going to get knocked off the list. Like, I think they're going to take the number 1. I don't know what could be worse than the Wiccans, in my opinion. But anyway, that's my opinion. Give me your top 5. I really want to hear yours guys' top 5. If you can't come up with 5, just give me 3. And if you can't give me 3, if you're that lazy, just give me 1. I'm joking. Or if you're busy, or if you don't see a point, whatever. But yeah, try and at least leave me your worst character, Christmas character, or maybe your top 3. But I'd love to see your top 5. Anyone who gives a top 5 will get a little YouTube love heart from me. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next one. Goodbye.